We are continuing our Marvel Marathon Madness with 2020 The New Mutants, the 13th and final installment in the X-Men film series within the Fox X-Men universe. I say it is the last as it is hard to count Deadpool and Wolverine as the last one in the universe, as it straddles the line between the Fox universe of heroes and the MCU. So I consider The New Mutants to be the ultimate ending chapter, even though Deadpool and Wolverine serves as the conclusion for the film series of Fox, while also acting as a crossover between the X-Men films, the MCU, and other Marvel films produced by Fox. Now, the plot of this film follows five teenage mutants, Mirage, Wolfsbane, Cannonball, Sunspot, and Magik, who undergo treatments at a secret institution that will cure them of their quote-unquote dangerous powers. Invited by Dr. Cecilia Reyes to share their stories, their memories soon turn into terrifying realities as they start to question why they are being held in the Institute and who is trying to essentially eliminate them. So, let us go ahead and jump straight into the plot. Danielle Danny Moonstar, a young Cheyenne Native American, is hidden in a tree by her father as her entire reservation is devastated by a tornado, leaving her the only survivor. After falling unconscious, Danny awakens in an oddly empty hospital run by Cecilia Reyes, who comforts Danny, explaining that she is not an ordinary human being but rather has unique mutant DNA, and she advises her to remain in the hospital until she learns the effects and how to control them. Danny is then introduced to four other teenagers: Samuel Guthrie, Ileana Rasputin, Roberto da Costa, and Rain Sinclair. Reyes has brought each of them to the hospital after they have each either experienced or accidentally caused an awful tragedy. Sam collapsed an entire coal mine on his father and co-workers, killing them all. Roberto accidentally burned his girlfriend to death. Rain escaped her devotedly Catholic village by killing the priest after he branded her as a witch, and Ileana was horribly enslaved and assaulted. All of them also possess superhuman abilities due to the mutation in their DNA. Roberto can manipulate solar energy. Sam can fly at jet speeds. Ileana has interdimensional sorcery powers, which is awesome, and Rain can turn into a wolf or wolf-human hybrid along with having enhanced senses. Reyes herself is also a powerful mutant who can manipulate plasma-like energy force fields. During her first day, Ileana implies that there is nothing stopping her, so Danny attempts to escape, but is stopped by a force field created by Reyes that surrounds the entire hospital grounds. Further frustrated from Ileana's harshness, being stirred by the grief of losing her family, she plans to hurt herself at the church clock tower, but is thankfully prevented by Rain, who earns a friend in Danny. The two actually begin to form a romantic relationship, but Ileana antagonizes Danny, who discovers that Ileana has a hand puppet of a purple dragon called Lockheed. Collectively, the five teenagers believe they are being trained to join the X-Men, hence the strict supervision. Reyes warns them that they are considered dangerous and should not leave until they have mastered their superhuman abilities. Soon, the group all begin to have horrifyingly real visions of their past tragedies, one of which results in Rain getting branded on the neck by the same priest whom she had previously killed. During this, Danny undergoes a neural test, inadvertently discovering Reyes' true intentions. Both Ileana and Reyes then deduce that the visions are the result of Danny's powers manifesting themselves, the ability to physically manifest the greatest fears and darkest secrets from a person's mind into tangible reality. Reyes consults her employers, the Essex Corporation, who instruct her to collect Danny's DNA and then terminate her. As Reyes straps her to a gurney, Danny's panic causes her powers to go completely haywire. Ileana and Sam are attacked by physical manifestations of Ileana's childhood abusers, who are monstrous humanoid creatures called the Smiling Men, while Roberto, who was attacked by one of the Smiling Men, tries in vain to break through the hospital's outer barrier, which notably has now decreased in diameter. Rain, who was suspicious of Reyes' next quote-unquote procedure, arrives in half-wolf form and mauls Reyes, forcing her to flee. The five regroup in Reyes' office and realize that Reyes was training them to be assassins for Essex and that, to escape, they must kill Reyes to deprive the force fields of their power source. They find and confront Reyes, who warns them that Dani is too powerful and will destroy them all due to the lack of control over her powers. Reyes then confines them all with force fields and tries to kill Dani by asphyxiating her with a force field, which then unleashes on Reyes the Demon Bear, Dani's own fears manifested through her power, and the true cause of her reservations' destruction. Reyes is devoured and Dani is rendered unconscious. Rain tries to reach through to Dani's subconscious and urges her to wake up, while Ileana uses her powers to travel to her special place, where she retrieves a glowing sword, armor, and a tiny physical manifestation of Lockheed to battle the Demon Bear. Eventually, Sam and Roberto join the fight, as well as Rain, all unfortunately to no avail. Dani is visited by her father's spirit, who encourage her to face her fear. She then awakens and confronts the bear, calming and thus dissipating it. As the day breaks, the group leaves the now unshielded facility to find the nearest town. So, the last chapter in the Fox X-Men story did not go so well, unfortunately. Box office wise, it struggled substantially and earned a worldwide total of $49 million on a production budget of almost $80 million, and that's not including marketing. Now, like I said before in a previous video, changing some aspects from the source material does not make or break a film, although in this case the differences compared to the comic were apparent and unfortunately not for the best. While I really did not appreciate the variations made from the comics to the screen, as the original novel by Bob McLeod and Chris Claremont was pretty darn great, there are some good aspects of this film, and I did find enjoyable here and there. Sure, while most of the critics as well as the audience members did not like the movie, I found it decent. I really enjoyed the thrilling horror aspect that was brought to the story, and the portrayal of the actors was great, especially how they brought to life the idea of young mutants who are fighting their horrible traumas and devastating past. But with that being said, it felt lacking in proper writing and direction. If this was produced as a limited series, I think it would have allowed for better character development and plot cohesion. So overall, I would give it a 5 out of 10. Now, the next several movies I will cover will be the Spider-Man series of films, starting with 2002 Spider-Man, and following that is 2004 Spider-Man 2. So stay tuned, and please do consider hitting the like button and subscribing. I would truly be grateful. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for spending your time with me. Until our next adventure, y'all stay classy.